think it's coming up on the second year of me big chopping my locks, that I'm starting to realize what I did to my locks.
Tell me say one thing, Nancy, if you understand.
What's good, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, Morgan Alexis. We do locks, health and wellness, and black liberation here on this channel. And if any of those things resonate to you, go ahead and click subscribe. So we are approaching our 8-year anniversary this January. So here we are with a quick lock update, especially after big chopping my locks in 2022. In 2022, I did a big chop. If you don't remember, or if you're new here, you can go ahead and click there to see that whole process and how dramatic I was. But I truthfully ended up loving it. However, today I will kind of give you an update of how my hair is doing afterward. I think it's coming up on the second year of me big chopping my locks, that I'm starting to realize what I did to my locks. So let's dive right into it. So it's 7 years and 8 months since I have officially started my locks. I am actually coming to the conclusion that there's no other way to trim your locks other than to get that blunt cut. And that's actually what I didn't want. I wanted them to kind of still look tapered in the sense, like each individual lock, I wanted them to have a tapered look versus a blunt cut look. What am I talking about? So this would be what I'm talking about. A very blunt, very there is no personality anymore. To me, it's just like, oh, you cut your hair. You get what I'm saying? I did not want that. But I am coming to the conclusion that there is no other way to trim your locks, or the outcome of your locks are always going to look blunted, because unless you go individual lock by individual lock and trim and give it a slant cut, it's going to be very difficult for you to just avoid that. If you're going to trim your locks, you have to kind of come to grips that they're going to be very blunted. Now, over time, they do tend to fray out a little bit, and that's what I've been happy with. So some that'll do that thing here, some that'll do this, and they'll fray out like so. Or you have some that'll do this, which it'll curl. It'll find its way back. That is what I like. But unfortunately, or fortunately, our locks are so individual and so unique that each lock kind of behaves in its own different way. And so I have learned that trimming your locks, they will all react in the way that they're going to react. So they might stay blunted, they might fray out, they might curl up, and you just kind of have to go with the flow. So that's something that I've learned about trimming locks. Okay, so next thing would be straggling ends. So I know that I posted a video that showed you all how I repair locks that are about to break and I don't want them to break, and I'll post that up here. And I just want to be very transparent that that's not the method that I always use. So let me show you. So I am getting these ends, and I'm noticing your locks will tell on you. There are points in your locks that show whatever the ways you were taking care of it, your body and your hair, it'll show in your locks. And so I am coming to the conclusion, because I am seeing my locks kind of do this separation here a lot more on my ends, more than I've normally seen it, is that this point in my life that either I was not taking care of my locks or whatever the case may be. Because remember, this part of my hair used to be all the way up here, and they've gone through a beating. They've lived many lives, right? Because these are the ends of my locks. And remember, just imagine this was up here at one point. Get it? So the very beginning of my lock stages, phases, or whatever are becoming a lot more apparent to me that something, and I'm not going to like beat myself up about it because it's been almost 8 years, but what I'm trying to say is that I love how locks do tell on you, and they just tell a story. And so like even with these ends that tend to just like get, sometimes I just rip them off. And so when we do that, when we rip it off, then we get like a new end. Well, I will show you this one. I literally did this one last week. So I pulled off the lock last week, and this is how the end comes. And I just kind of like palm roll it so it can go back together. And the next thing I would just talk about is like updating you all on like, do I wash my own hair? Do I do my own retwist? Yes and no. So I have been definitely going to the salon a lot more, and just because like I budget in like my hair in some months to get it done professionally, that's kind of like the zhuzh I've been on. So like if I budget it, I get it done. If I don't, I do it myself, kind of thing. And when I do it myself, I definitely am a lot more mindful about just, well, that's not true, because I am glad that the salon that I go to, all natural trendsetters, they, shout out to my girl Trudy, she lets me use my own retwisting gel. This one, which is by Ancient Blends. And so I bring my retwisting gel to her, and then she basically uses the salon uses their shampoo, and they don't condition. And so sometimes I'll condition at home, but what I'm trying to say is I definitely have a relationship with my loctician to be able to use the products that I like. Now, I haven't always been in this space, because if you know a little bit about me, you know that I have been working on advocating for myself and speaking up for what I want. So I'm glad to know that I am getting what I want and desire when I do go to a loctician, and I trust her. So that's that. Like, it's either here or there. Do I retwist myself? Yes. And do I sometimes go get it done? Yes. And the last thing I just wanted to share is that this is the length. My hair and how it's looking. Almost 8 years, but again, remember, I cut my hair, so this is not the true length. That's it. This is the update. Nothing too frilly, too fun, but you all know that my year updates, I do like the whole montage, and I am starting to like try to figure out, do I keep doing these, like, or maybe now I can skip years. Like, I can probably come back in year 9, because like they're the same videos y'all are seeing, the same pictures. I don't have any newer pictures to show y'all from year 1 to year 7. Okay, so maybe I can just like show pictures. I don't know, we'll figure it out. But thank you for tuning in to this video, baby. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.